It's time for local high school football. Hometown Sports. Sponsored by Mercedes-Benz of Bakersfield, Alpha Technology and Alarm Systems, Little Caesars, Valley Strong Credit Union, and 5-0 Driving School.
And good evening and welcome to week 9 of our 39th season of Hometown Sports. I'm Greg Kerr alongside Emily Lawson. Yet another week at us. And coming up, the only 1-hour show dedicated to local football, highlighting the best of the best each week with the most games, the most comprehensive highlights. And tonight we're going to take you to 15 different games, including youth football. And as always, we are on the road with the BC Renegades.
Plus our usual collection of awards, Players of the Week, Athlete of the Week, Game-Saving Play, Exciting Play, Hits of the Week, and of course our Scholar of the Week.
All right, and we're going to begin with, before we begin, our sponsors, Mercedes-Benz of Bakersfield, celebrating over 50 years in Kern County, located at the Bakersfield Auto Mall. Valley Strong Credit Union, financial independence starts here. Open a Valley Strong Credit youth account today. Little Caesars Pizza, which also feeds our photographers, the best pizza value in Bakersfield with 15 locations. 5-0 Driving School, owned and operated by first responders. And Alpha Technologies, keeping you protected and connected.
And Greg, we want to recognize our longtime segment sponsors as well. They are Raymond's Trophies and Awards. It's not just a trophy, it's a memory. Golden Empire Youth Tackle Football and Cheer, Competitive Excellence. Brimhall Dental Group, committed to providing quality dental care to you and your family.
And we have more accelerated urgent care. Feel faster, better from anywhere. Stockdale Podiatry Group, we treat your feet. And 2 more new sponsors are on board. Greg's Petroleum Service, your dependable partner for fuel and lubricants, and Mather Brothers Ice and Water, keeping Bakersfield hydrated. Let's talk about the Hats. BCHS center stage after the win over BHS. Drillers are still front row. Independence gets the next crack at BCHS. You've got Frontier, North, and Foothill all with inside track to win their leagues. And over there, you still got Wasco and Shafter side by side. They will meet in 2 weeks, and it could be huge. So that's going to be fun to watch what happens there. It is week 9, and we thank you for joining us. You know, 1 year later, it all looks so familiar. BHS at BCHS, the winner of the inside track to a Valley League title. Both teams explosive offenses, even stingier defenses. A year ago, it was BCHS coming out on top with the game-winning field goal by Cohen Peters. Sound familiar? Let's take you to BCHS. And the Drillers' first possession, quarterback Elijah Cavazos, looking downfield, decides to keep it, and goes down, grabbing his left knee. This did not look good. Cavazos would not return to the game. He could not put any weight on it as he was helped off the field. We certainly wish Elijah the best. Moments later, the drive stalls, and this field goal, no good. So a tough start for the Drillers. Second quarter, Drillers driving BJ Vesey inside the 5-yard line. The very next play, Demir Lomax in for the score. 7-0, Drillers on top. Later second quarter, Eagles offense finally gets uncorked. Lincoln Adame to Michael Smith inside the 10-yard line. And that's where Darion Page does the rest. In for the score, we are tied 7-7. We're pushing guys around. That's your score at the half. They're having a good time. The defensives have certainly been making a statement. A little halftime entertainment. Let's go to the third quarter, and the Drillers driving here. Elon Mackey is going to fire a dart to BJ Vesey. He turns on the defenders, and he's into the end zone. 14-7, BHS on top. The Eagles facing third down. Lincoln Adame is going to drop it in the basket to Michael Smith. But a sack and a penalty would stall the drive. So let's go fourth quarter. Eagles on the move again. This pass intercepted by Jalen Ford. BHS in great position, but 2 plays later, they put the ball on the ground. And somewhere, Carson Greer, number 45, scoops it up and goes deep into BHS territory. What a swing of events. 3 plays later, just over 3 minutes to play. Arnez Lee from the Wildcat goes in. It's 14-13. What about that 14th point? Well, the extra point blocked. And the Drillers sideline, as you can see over there, is fired up as they still have a 1-point lead. So the Drillers clinging to that 1-point lead, but watch what Avery Jaramillo does. He comes in, knocks the ball loose. Carson Greer picks up his second fumble and goes deep into BHS territory. Elon Mackey made the tackle, the guy who got sacked. Under a minute to play, Cohen Peters, just like last year, go-ahead field goal. The Eagles on top by 2. Final shot for the Drillers. And this pass downfield is going to be picked off by Robert Hernandez. And BCHS wins a wild one, 16-14 to remain unbeaten and grab the inside track to another Valley League title.
It's about not quitting, right? So you don't want to get too deep in front of cameras and stuff like that, man, but that's life in general, right? It's not always going to go your way, but you keep fighting. And that's what I love about our defense and our offense and our special teams. We had one blocked, got another opportunity, blocked it well, did what we're supposed to do, kicked it through the uprights. And then on the 2 fumbles we got, it's not like they just blew the ball and threw the ball to us. We were in there, guys were cutting the lanes and cutting the gaps, made plays, made them fumble. So I'm proud of these guys for not quitting, and that's really it, man. Don't ever quit on something.
We kind of knew this was the biggest game of the season going into it. Big rivalry game, big good players. They got great players, and we got great players, so it's just too good on good going against each other. We came out on top.
I was like, we can't play each other anymore. Like, I'm done. We can't do this anymore. Let's take like a 20-year break, and we just go our separate ways for a while, because that's a really good football team, right? And so is this one, and they met up, and that's hope everybody got their money's worth. I don't know how much you guys pay to get in these things anymore, but hope you guys money worth.
All right, so Demir Lomax, 136 yards at a TD. BJ VC, a TD catch. Isaiah Bautista leading that BHS defense. Jalen Ford with that interception. On the other side, Lincoln Adame, 158 yards. Michael Smith, 91 yards receiving. Arnez Lee had 2 quarterback sacks. And, of course, Carson Greer with the 2 fumble recoveries. BCHS will be at Independence, BHS at Ridgeview.
Now over to the South Sequoia League, where Kennedy has had some tough matchups. Preparation has been key for the Thunderbirds. Just last week, they faced a ground-and-pound Wasco team known for its dominant run game. Fast forward to this week, and it's a whole new challenge adapting to Shafter's high-powered spread offense. The captains meeting center field ahead of the big matchup. First quarter, Shafter already up 7-0. Jordan Palomo connects with Noah Farrell. He takes it downfield and is pushed out inside the 15. J.C. McCoblin finishes the job, rushing in for the touchdown to tie the game up at 7. But Shafter doesn't allow Kennedy to enjoy that lead long. Ezekiel Osborne, a 7-yard pass to Adrian Garcia, and he put Shafter back in the lead, 14-7 Generals. But the Thunderbirds hit them right back. This pass intercepted by Julian Contreras. Big turnover for Kennedy, and that turnover helps set up this play by J.C. McCoblin. Jace takes this one over 50 yards all the way downfield before he is stopped just short of the goal line. Palomo hands it off to Eduardo Torrio, and he punches it in. Kennedy ties things back up at 14. A couple more touchdowns. It's 21-21 at the half. Third quarter, Kennedy driving, looking to take the lead, but Shafter breaks through the line, and it's a big sack for Nathan Rossetti and his friends. That forces the Thunderbirds to take their first punt of the game. Still third quarter, now 28-21. Ezekiel Osborne hands it off to Marion Sloan, doing what he does best, takes the ball 65 yards to the house, makes it 35-21 Shafter. Now fourth quarter, 35-28. Shafter still leads. Ezekiel Osborne through the air, connects with Marion Sloan. Another big touchdown for Sloan, and the General squad makes it 42-38. With about 2 minutes to play, Kennedy's last chance, Jordan Palomo, looking for an open man, decides to take it himself. Seems like the right choice as he makes his way into the end zone. Now just a 1-score game, but Sloan and the Generals hold off Kennedy and win this one 42-35.
You go against a team that grinds and grinds and grinds like they do, you just worry, and they hit a few of that in the first half. We made some adjustments in the second half. Kudos to our defensive staff. I don't like the way we finished, but anytime you can come into RFK and beat a really good RFK team, that's a good win.
J.C. McCoblin with 176 yards and a touchdown. Jordan Palomo 7 of 14 for 142 yards. DeAndre Butler 3 catches, 79 yards. Ezekiel Osborne 200 yards passing, 3 touchdowns. Marion Sloan 206 yards rushing, 3 touchdowns and another touchdown receiving. Isaiah De La Mora with 5 catches. Next week, Shafter at Chavez. Kennedy will host Taft. There's a lot of numbers there. A lot of players did really well in that game.
Exactly. That's what you get when it's 42-35. Hey, now the River League, where Frontier, which won a state title last year but did not win a River League championship, that honor going to Liberty. Last week, the Titans taking a major step toward the top spot with the win over that same Liberty team. This week, the Titans on the road against an upstart Garces team. The Rams are 6-1 under second-year coach Grant Campbell. Let's get out there as the Rams take the field to this one. We're going to pick it up first quarter, as we usually do. And this is Mark Gomez. Deep ball down the sideline to Colby Dilly. Nice connection. Inside the 10-yard line. And then Gomez to Braxton Shirley. The Rams will grab an early 7-0 lead. Let's go second quarter. Titans going to the air. And this pass picked off by Isaiah Flores. And watch the return into Frontier territory. They couldn't move the ball very far, so the Rams settle for this field goal from Samuel Gonzalez from 45 yards. He's got it. 10-0 Garces on top. So the Titans go to the run game. This is Talon Mather. Start of a big night for him. This TD run cutting the Garces lead to 10-7. Gonzalez, meanwhile, banging home another field goal. 13-7 Rams on top. Then Brady Campbell goes to work. First, over the middle to Adam Taylor. Nice catch. Bouncing off a defender. Before he's brought down inside the 5, setting up Talon Mather for his second touchdown of the game. And the Titans take their first lead of the game, 14-13 at the half on senior night at Garces High School. Good night for everyone out there. Let's go to the third quarter now. Talon Mather running hard again. Getting every inch he can, and then Brady Campbell's going to do the rest. In for the score, and Frontier extends the lead to 2013. Oh, we've got more from Talon Mather. Part of a 146-yard night on 22 carries. And Mather with his third touchdown here as Frontier goes on to win 27-13 to remain unbeaten. Perfect 3-0 in River League play.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't start the way we wanted to. A lot of mistakes, a lot of penalties, which seems to be a little bit of our Achilles heel early in games. But got the run game going just like kind of last week and played pretty physical brand of football after that. And guys played and defense tightened up and played well. So happy with how we finished from the first quarter on.
All right, so Talon Mather again the big night. Titans' run game was huge. Mekhi Watkins and Brandon Thomas leading the defense. Mark Gomez, meanwhile, efficient. 21 of 27 for 239. Braxton Shirley, 11 catches. Colby Dilly had 4. Trey Wallace had 3. Titans step out of league play. They will travel to Highland. Garces travels to Liberty. It's time for our first break. Coming up, we're diving back into the rest of the River League, the Valley League, and the Sasquatch League. Quick reminder to follow us on X and Instagram at Hometown BAK. Scoring updates and highlights posted there. You can also catch this full episode of Hometown Sports on YouTube at Bakersfield Now. Hometown Sports will be right back.
Hey, Hometown, we're here with Listos. We're out here making hot dogs on Friday Night Lights against Highland. Make sure you come out and support.
Welcome back to Hometown Sports. The Wasco Tigers had every reason to exhale and congratulate themselves after that 55-54 win at Kennedy last week. Maybe even relax a bit against visiting Taft High, but not these Tigers. Tigers taking the field, and they did not waste any time getting on the board. First possession, Hammy Lopez right up the middll, in for the touchdown, 7-0 Wasco on top. The defense, they showed up too. Look at all the black shirts in the backfield here. It's like a team picture back there. And then they force a fumble. And Simon Granados is going to pick it up and take it in. 14-0 Wasco on top. Next, Taft possession. Tigers in the backfield. All over the place. Simon Granados again. Tackle for loss. Tigers next possession. They're back in the end zone. Javen Hernandez coming right at you. 21-0 Tigers. Still first quarter. The Wildcats had a couple of highlights worth noting, including this catch by Joe Weber. Watch this one. Pass to the far side, and Weber is going to collect it over his shoulder and make the grab. Nice play. But Wasco gets the ball back. And their next possession, it's Hemi time again. And look at Hemi bounce to the outside, and they're not going to get him. 28-0, Wasco on top. Taft in the red zone, but this happened. And who's hustling? That ball's being kicked around. Who wants it? How about Julio Romero, number 77? There you go. And now we go to the second quarter. Yeah, that was all first quarter. Another great grab. Look at that one going down low. Hunter Melton makes the catch. But the Cats come up empty on the drive. A sweet catch. Next Tigers possession from their own 25. Watch Javen Hernandez. He's going to bounce off a would-be tackler and go 75 yards for the score. 35-0 Wasco. It was 42-0 at the half. So after a little halftime festivities, the Tigers open third quarter with a little razzle-dazzle. And it's Hernandez to Moroni Carranza. 56-0. Wasco improves to 3-0 in the SSL.
First half, offensively, I thought we played perfect. There wasn't too much to complain about. Defensively, we gave up a little too much. We were expecting flawless defense from ourselves tonight, and not in just preventing Taft from to do anything, but just mentally executing on our side. We have some stuff to still clean up going into Delano, but, a good win, and, just on to Delano tomorrow.
Tough night for the Tat offense. Hunter Melton did have 4 catches, 52 yards. Hammy Lopez, Aiden Holsey, 2 TDs apiece. Tigers rushed for 328 yards. Nate Regalado had an interception. Wasco at Delano. Taft will be at Kennedy.
It's a Delano showdown that came down to the wire as Chavez hosts Delano High in a thrilling matchup. Before we dive in, I wanted to give a quick apology as we experienced some major camera issues during this game and unfortunately weren't able to capture the game we had hoped. But trust me, this is one for the book, so let's get into it. Take you right to the second quarter. No score. DJ Weezar tucks it and takes it himself. He bursts his way through the middle and into the end zone. Delano on the board first, 7-0. But Chavez answers and the game's tied at 7 at the break. Early third quarter. Daniel Romero gets the handoff. He sees the hole, works his way to the outside, and takes it all the way down the near sideline for another Delano touchdown. Tigers up 14-7. Delano looking to tack on some more. Out of the pocket, looking for an open man. But this pass is picked off by Jaden Lopez, and he makes that a pick 6. Lopez ties the game up at 14. Fourth quarter. Delano in the red zone. DJ Weezar fakes the handoff, finds Raul Quezada in the back of the end zone. Touchdown Tigers. Delano back on top 20-14 and just under 10 minutes left. Ferris Badad launches this one to Julian Villarreal. Julian, cool under pressure, taken down around the 25-yard line, and just like that, it's Body who rushes in for the Chavez touchdown. The extra point is no good, ties the game at 20, and Chavez goes on to win. The final score was 27-26, an absolute nail-biter. And again, we apologize for the camera issues that caused us to miss the end of that incredible matchup.
Oh, we had back focus issues, and then we also had dead batteries and things of that nature. So
not
we apologize. Back to the River League, where Liberty Patriots need to stack some wins down the stretch to make a playoff run. Patriots on the road to Centennial. The Golden Hawks trying to find their way back into the win column. Their lone win back in mid-September against the Chavez team you just saw. Captain's meeting at midfield, and right out of the gate, Elmo Witten down the far sideline. Now this looks like a touchdown, but he may have stepped out of bounds. We're on the far side, we don't know, but it was not ruled a touchdown, but it did lead to one. 7-0 Patriots on top. Next Pats off possession. New quarterback, Brogan Witcher. Their third quarterback this season, just called up from JV, looking good, 14-0 Liberty. Second quarter, the Hawks, their quarterback, Jet Santiago, dumps it off under pressure to Brady Prey, and it is 14-6. Later, second quarter, Brogan Witcher rolling out, finds Elijah Fudge. Stepping into that throw, Fudge behind the secondary. They make the tackle. And it sets up this touchdown by Elmo Witten. And it is 20-6, Liberty on top. Later second quarter, now 26-6. The Jayhawks need to respond and Jet Santiago fires a laser over the middle to Isaiah Ramirez for a big gain. Then Santiago outside the pocket to Isaiah Ramirez again. It is 26-13, and that's your score at the half. Let's go third quarter now. Little ones doing their thing to entertain the crowd. Centennial to punt here as we go to the third quarter. Brandon Thrasher is going to come down with it. He gets to the edge, and oh boy, just real estate. Bounces to the outside, into the end zone, 35-13. Later in the third quarter, Patriots back in the red zone. Carter Hansen, a sophomore, scores here to make it 42-13. It's a busy third quarter as the Jayhawks get this touchdown run by Mikel Iteria, 42-20. But in the fourth quarter, Brogan Witcher, the quick toss to David Avina, and the Patriots roll 49-20. Head coach Richie Bolin breaking down his young quarterback's varsity debut.
He did really good for his first varsity start. He's a sophomore, made some good plays, extended some plays with his legs, kept his eyes downfield, and managed the offense pretty well.
All right, so Brogan Witcher, the TD pass, Elmo Witten and Carter Hansen each had 100 yards rushing. Pats rushed for 350. Liberty will host Garces. Centennial is home to Stockdale.
And now to a Valley League matchup as Independence hosts Highland. The Falcons looking to continue an unbeaten streak in league play, and the Scots looking for their first league win. Independence ready for some league action against Highland. Late first quarter, no score. Gunter Gola weaves this into the hands of Isaiah Argueta. Touchdown Falcons. 2-point try is no good. Independence on the board first, 6-0. With just seconds left in the first quarter, Gunter Gola, this time to Ricky Johnson, a 60-yard touchdown, and it's 13-0 Independence heading into the second quarter. Just a couple plays later, Highland driving, and it's Ricky Johnson again, this time making plays on defense with a big quarterback sack, stops Highland in their tracks, and at the half, Independence leads Highland 20-0. Third quarter, Falcons not slowing down. Gunter Gola to Bryson Gutierrez. He bounces off a defender here, finds a seam on the outside, takes it all the way in for the touchdown. Falcons up 27-0. Late third quarter, a bright spot for Highland. David Faro to Randy Davenport Jr. A big break for Davenport. He's taken down just shy of the 20-yard line. And that sets up Highland for this play here. Davenport Jr. gets the handoff, finds a gap, and takes it into the end zone. The ball bobbles, but he's in. Touchdown Highland on the board, now 27-7. But Falcons don't allow a lot of time for celebration as Gola pitches this one to Irvin. It's another big touchdown for Independence. The Falcons take this one by a final of 34-14 and are now 2-0 in league play.
These guys are really working hard, and we're getting a little bit better every week, which that's the goal, is to get 2% better every day. So we got two big wells coming up here in the next 2 weeks.
RJ Davenport, touchdown and 2 interceptions. Jamie Luna, touchdown run. Cohen Marquez, 6 tackles and a QB sack. Gunter Gola, 4 touchdown passes. Shakai Irving, 116 yards rushing. Ricky Johnson, 12 tackles. Falcons defense, 11 tackles for loss. Independence will host BCHS. Highland will host Frontier.
All right, coming up on Hometown Sports, we're heading to North and West to check in on the Mountain League. But first, some pictures out there, our hometown focus, like the band out there at Arvin High School. And also some kids with some Labubu's just hanging out. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Hometown Sports. You know, when coaches win big and then say after the game, we still have things to work on. Sounds like coach speak, but it's true. The North High Stars, for instance, will be working on their punt return, which misfired twice in the first half, forcing head coach Adam Levinson to just leave no one back there to return kicks. First things first, the Stars taking the field to host the East High Blades. And the Stars' first drive of the game, this is Robert Rodriguez. And he is going to change field and come at us. Switch the ball into the right hand and go in for the score. 7-0 North on top. Now about the punting. East to punt here. And at the other end, it is going to be fumbled. The first of 2 fumbles on punt returns. And recovered by Kane Gonzalez for the Blades. And that set up Maximus Hull to throw this dart to Jacob Borboa. And we are tied at 7-7. Second quarter, it's 14-7 North, and Robert Rodriguez toting the ball again. Nice run right here. And then moments later, Bradley Dockery dumps this pass off Stars look to be in business, but the ball's loose again. So really a third fumble in the first half, recovered by Jacob Borboa. But just before the half, Stars get the ball back. Bradley Dockery rolls out and goes high and deep to Micah Lencioni. And it's 21-7 North. And that's your score at the half, where they were having good times at North High. And their homecoming as well. Third quarter. Let's go Isaac Lopez. Takes the pitch on the loose. Nice run by Lopez, where he's finally dragged down. And then Bradley Dockery is going to find Cody Valenzuela over the middle. It is 28-7, North on top. Next Stars possession. Isaac Lopez. It's going to be the solo act here. He goes all the way. 34-7, North on top. Later in the third quarter, how about some defenses? Talon Prince comes in for the quarterback sack. And that takes us to the fourth quarter, where Robert Rodriguez scores again. And the Stars go on to win by a final of 47-7. They improved to 2-0 in league play. Dockery with 2 TDs. Robert Rodriguez, Isaac Lopez, 2 TDs apiece. The Stars rush for 284. They will travel to South. East will host West.
Well, West on a 3-game win streak, but this week the Vikings welcome Tehachapi into town. Another Mountain League matchup, both teams putting up a fight. West honoring Breast Cancer Awareness Month as they get ready to take on Tehachapi. First quarter, Tehachapi up 7-0. West deep in their own territory. Solomon Harris drops back, fakes the pass, and takes it himself, weaving his way from one side of the field to the other. And if you give Harris an inch, he'll take it all the way in for the touchdown every time. Solomon Harris ties the game up at 7. Late first quarter, Tehachapi now in the red zone. Colton Michael hands it off to Austin Rollo, and he takes it in for the touchdown. Warriors regain the lead, now 14-7. Now second quarter, West has tied things up at 14, but Tehachapi isn't letting up. Colton Michael goes deep to Tyler Lombardi, who snags this one over the defender's head. Another touchdown for the Warriors, 21-14. Tehachapi back on top. Less than a minute in the half, Solomon Harris tucks it and takes it in, finding the corner of the end zone. The extra point is no good. At the half, Tehachapi leads by 1, 21-20. That takes us into the third quarter, and Tehachapi gets things started early. Austin Rollo gets the handoff. He sees daylight and hits the Jets. Solomon Harris comes in for the stop. Austin is taken down inside the 10. Tehachapi went on to get the touchdown, makes it 28-20 Warriors lead. Late third quarter, West looking to even the score. This ball is up, but it's picked by Thaddeus Dyer. He takes it up the middle, cuts to the outside, but it steps out here, and that sets up Tehachapi for this play as Austin Rollo runs it in untouched for another Warriors touchdown. Tehachapi now up 35-20 in the fourth quarter, and it's another big run for the Warriors. This one by Roland Pena. The footwork and the fast thinking grants Pena another Warriors touchdown, and Tehachapi goes on to win. Warriors 42, Vikings 26.
It's a good win. Hats off to West. They played a heck of a game. They're a much improved team, so it's always fun to go against them. Much respect to their coaches and the players, and hard-fought battle.
The touchdown run and a touchdown pass. Austin Rollo, 3 touchdowns. Roland Pena and Tyler Lombardi, a touchdown apiece. Solomon Harris, 167 yards and 4 touchdowns. West at East, Tehachapi at Golden Valley.
Time for another break. Coming up, we're heading to the horizon with stops at Arvin and Del Oro. We'll be right
Hey hometown, coming to you live from Miramonte High School. Hey hometown, it's senior night. Let's go!
And welcome back to Hometown Sports. We're jumping to the Horizon League, which could come down to the final week when Golden Valley visits Foothill. But Arvin and Miramonte remain very much in the mix as well. Speaking of Arvin, they were hosting Golden Valley as we take you out to Arvin High School. We're going to go late first quarter, no score in this one. Golden Valley at the doorstep. Raymond Valderrama goes in, 7-0 Bulldogs on top. Second quarter we go, and it's the same story for Arvin. They're on the doorstep, and Julian Sarabia goes in. Look at the hole there. 7-7 tie. 2 short yard TDs. How about this one? Cesar Vasquez near sideline. That's not short. That's long distance. And Golden Valley retakes the lead 14-7. But the Bears drive right down the field. David Lopez inside the 10-yard line. And then Julian Sarabia, his second touchdown of the game. 14-14, that's your score at the half. Let's go third quarter. Aaron Lopez takes the handoff. And Arbin has their first lead of the game, 21-14. But the Bulldogs respond. And they do it with Raymond Valderrama running hard, taking a hit and bouncing right back up. And then Cesar Vasquez is going to go in, staying on his feet, tough to bring down. Got the big guy leading the way. 21-21. Late third quarter, back and forth we go. Andrew Rosales to Xavier Brooks. 27-21. They left the door open. It's a 6-point lead. And again, the Bulldogs respond. Carlos Nunez taking that one up and in. 28-27. Trailing by 1. It's fourth down for Arvin. Incomplete. Golden Valley knocking off Arvin. 28-27.
We like to get it on, man. We smash mouth, run the rock in the clock. That's our MO. So for our guys to step up every week and take on the challenge, our O-line knows there ain't no tricks about it. And so does the defense. But they step up, and they did a great job once again this week.
Cesar Vasquez and Raymond Valderrama lead the Bulldog attack. Julian Sarabia, 2 TDs. Aaron Lopez had 1. Andrew Rosales, that TD pass. Arbin will be at Foothill, a big game there. And Golden Valley will host Tehachapi in a non-league game.
And as you mentioned, Greg, that Foothill Golden Valley matchup is shaping up to be a must-watch in the Horizon League. But first, this week, Foothill hits the road to face Del Oro, a Suns team that fell to Golden Valley just 2 weeks ago in overtime. Foothill at Del Oro, ready for some conference action. Second quarter, 8-0 Foothill on top. Ismael Ramirez goes deep to Luis Correa. He strolls his way in for the touchdown. Foothill up 15-0, and that's your score at halftime. It's homecoming at Del Oro, and it seems to be Western theme as we have some Del Oro players pop locking and dropping in. And over in the saloon, we have some Suns cheerleaders and company doing a little line dance. Back to the second half. Del Oro looking for a score. This ball is deep, and it's picked off by Ulysses Vargas. And that gives Foothill another opportunity, and the Trojans take full advantage as Ramirez passes this one to Correa again. Jukes out 2 defenders, and he is gone. Foothill goes on to shut out Del Oro 36-0.
These boys, they played with the little chip on their shoulder. They knew they had to come out with something to prove. Del Oro has been playing everybody tough this season. It's been going down to the wire, and we knew we had to come out, and it was another chance for us to have a statement game. And they came out and they executed, and we got a good W today.
Ismael Ramirez, 2 touchdown passes. Luis Correa, 2 touchdown catches. Brandon Valenzuela and Marcos Carball. Marcus Carball leading the defense to a shutout win. Foothill will host Arvin Del Oro at Miramonte.
All right, it's time for another break. Coming up, Miramonte and South pile up some points while Ridgeview puts on a defensive show. Remember to follow us on X and Instagram at Hometown BAK and on YouTube at Bakersfield Now. Hometown Sports will be right back. Downtown at Wasco, the cheerleaders there as well. We'll be back in a moment.
Welcome back to Hometown Sports. Some non-league action between South and Miramonte. The Miramonte Lions coming off a league win against Golden Valley, looking to keep that momentum as the Spartans pay them a visit. It's Thursday night lights as the captains meet center field ahead of this high-energy matchup. Second quarter, game's tied at 7. Nathan Gonzalez drops back to find Fabian Carrillo for the first down and then some, keeping the Lions drive alive. Now in the red zone, Nathan Gonzalez keeps it and takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Miramonte. 2-point try is no good. Lions up 13-7. Still second quarter, South looking to answer before the break. Umberto De Haro with the keeper taken down just before reaching the end zone. But with less than 30 seconds left, it's De Haro who gets the job done, hopping his way in for the touchdown. South with the 14-13 lead at the half. The Lions not allowing South to keep that lead long. Gonzalez to Jason Rivera. Rivera puts a defender in a spin cycle and works his way into the end zone. 21-14 Miramonte. But South says not so fast. De Haro over the top to Michael Wilson. Wilson works his way through defenders, and just like that, South ties things back up at 21. Just a few plays later, a big pass by Nathan Gonzalez to Ashton Kimball, and he's got a clear shot. Touchdown Miramonte, and in no time, it's all tied, or in no time, they're back in the lead, 28-21. Now in the fourth, the Lions lead 35-21. Miramonte kickoff, and it's touched by South and recovered by Miramonte. The Lions have got another chance to add to their lead, and Miramonte doesn't waste any time. Check out this play. Nathan Gonzalez gets the handoff, but it's Jackson Kelly who keeps this play alive. Look at the teamwork. If you looked it up in the dictionary, it would be a picture of Jackson Kelly. He carries Gonzalez all the way in. Now, this touchdown was called back due to holding, but I figured it would be a disservice if I didn't show you that play. Just a couple plays later, they did get the touchdown here, and it's Jason Rivera who runs it in for another Lions touchdown. Miramonte wins this one 42-28 over South.
In the second half, man, our kids answered the call. We dominated all three phases of the game, our special teams, offense, defense, and all the credit goes to our kids and our assistant coaches, man. They did a heck of a job.
I had one more question for Charlie. Are you proud of your dad?
Yeah, I love you.
Nathan Gonzalez 160 on the ground and 158 through the air. 5 total touchdowns. Ashton Kimball and Angel Zarda, each with a touchdown catch. Miramonte will host Del Oro. South will host North.
Stockdale and Ridgeview stepping out of league play. 2 programs with second-year coaches, young rosters, and maybe a year away from some very good things. But for the here and now, they are each looking to return to the win column at the expense of each other. Let's take it out there. The Mustangs take the field, and Raheem Hughes flipping and doing what he does, showing his stuff. The Black Hole ready for action at Stockdale. But it's the Wolfpack on the move first, and that's Trey Stocker. And he is going to get inside the 5-yard line. And then Stocker again, sort of going to be backing his way in, and a 2-point conversion. 8-0 Ridgeview on top. A lead they would hold for quite some time at 8-0. In fact, Ridgeview was back in the red zone, but this pass tipped off a receiver in the arms of Nick Henderson, who gets the interception for the Mustangs. So they deny him there, but we go back second quarter, and the Mustangs trying to get something going offensively, and they just can't find the connection. Tough. Pack defense, meanwhile, starts to take control. That's Julius Porter swooping in with the quarterback sack. And then Javon Kemp comes in for another. Fourth quarter, it is still 8-0. Oh, my. High snap out of the punt formation, Wolfpack, with great field position after that. And that's when Josh Quiros steps up in the pocket, finds Gunnar Cunningham back of the end zone. Touchdown, and the Wolfpack now with a 15-0 lead that probably feels like more. Points were hard to come by. Moments later, Pack ball again. Josh Quiros, the laser to Darion Castile. He outraces everyone to the end zone. And the Wolfpack go on to win this one by a final of 22-0. Both teams return to league play next week. Ridgeview will host BHS, Stockdale at Centennial. McFarland, a heartbreaker. They lost on the last play of the game on a scoop and score. Malachi Davis, though, threw for 392. He also had 11 tackles. Victor Rodriguez, 12 catches for 194. And then Kern Valley falls to Roseman. Kern Valley, by the way, will host Cal City next week. Time for another break. BC football straight ahead, plus our players of the week. We'll be right back. And welcome back to Hometown Sports. Greg Kerr alongside Emily Lawson. You know, it's been a long stretch for BC football. This week, on the road at Fullerton. If you know your BC football history, these two schools met in 1988 for the national championship in front of a packed house at Memorial Stadium. Let's go to the captains meeting on that gray turf that they have out there, balloon gray turf at Fullerton. First quarter, no score. Chris Lunsberg up top. Logan Lester got a foot down on the back of the end zone. 30 yards for the score, 7-0 Hornets. Then Gates failed the field goal attempt, blocked. E.J. Robinson picks it up, and he is going to go the distance. Man, oh man. Just a tough break, 13-0. Hornets on top. Malachi Statler sharing time with Carson Woods. Rolls out and finds Dylan Johnson, who's had a terrific season at wide receiver. That's inside the 5, but the Gades had to settle for a field goal attempt. Blocked. Oh my goodness. 16-0 Fullerton at the half as the Gades trudge into the locker room to think what is going on. Third quarter, this play is ruled a fumble. Hit as he was throwing, and Ethan Charpentier picks it up and goes 65 yards. I'm not kidding you. 2 blocked field goals, and the Gades are on the business end of a 37-0 loss. Statler and Wood sharing time at quarterback. You see the numbers. Dylan Johnson leading the receiving corps. The defense did have 2 interceptions, and next up they'll be back home to host East LA. Time for our Players of the Week, sponsored by Brimhall Dental Group, committed to providing quality dental care to you and your family. Brimhall Dental Group Offensive Player of the Week, Talon Mather of Frontier. Titans running back carrying the ball 22 times in a big game against Garces for 146 yards, finding the end zone 3 times in their key River League showdown. Talon Mather of Frontier is our Brimhall Dental Group Offensive Player of the Week.
Our Brimhall Dental Group Defensive Player of the Week is number 45, Carson Greer of BCHS. Greer with this crucial scoop of a fumble to lead to an Eagles touchdown. And then another, which led to the game-winning field goal. Carson Greer of BCHS is our Brimhall Dental Group Defensive Player of the Week.
Our Brimhall Dental Group Special Teams Player of the Week from the same game at BCHS, Cohen Peters. The game-winning field goal in the final minute as the Eagles defeat BHS 16-14. It's the second year in a row Peters has kicked the last-second field goal to defeat the Drillers. Cohen Peters of BCHS, our Brimhall Dental Group Special Teams Player of the Week. Coming up next, our game-saving player, Athlete of the Week, and Youth Football. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Hometown Sports. Time for our game-saving play, brought to you by a new sponsor, Mather Brothers Ice and Water, keeping Bakersfield hydrated. This week's game-saving play, you just saw it moments ago, Avery Jaramillo with forcing a fumble right here, and Carson Greer scooping it up to set up the game-winning field goal. Avery Jaramillo and Carson Greer of BCHS with our Mather Brothers Ice and Water game-saving play of the week.
And now to this week's Athlete of the Week, sponsored by Greg's Petroleum Service, your dependable partner for fuel and lubricants. This week's Athlete of the Week is Shafter running back Marion Sloan. Sloan coming up big in the general showdown against Kennedy, carrying the ball 19 times for 206 yards and 3 touchdowns. Sloan also had a 4th touchdown on a pass from quarterback Ezekiel Osborne. Marion Sloan of Shafter is our Greg's Petroleum Service Athlete of the Week.
And our youth football brought to you by Golden Empire Youth Football. Each week we'll highlight a youth game, and come playoff time, we'll be chasing down the championship games. This week, a Monday night football game at Kaiser Permanente Complex. Golden Empire Youth Tackle Football and Cheer Competitive Excellence. It's the JV level, the Freedom and the Trojans, both teams 6-0. That's Elijah Zuniga, and he throws to Evan Aronson for the touchdown. For Aronson, it's 6-0. The Freedom on top. And you don't want to punt it to Evan either, as he is going to bounce to the outside and then turn on the Jets. Look at Evan go. 12-0 Freedom on top. And then the defense kicks in. We've had offense, special teams. How about Damon Davis stepping in front of that pass? In for the score. 18-0. And then Damon Davis on offense getting into the end zone one more time. And the Freedom go on to win this one by a final of 25-0. All right, coming up, our exciting play of the week, our hits of the week, and our scholar. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to Hometown Sports. Now for our exciting play of the week, brought to you by Stockdale Podiatry Group. We treat your feet. This week's exciting play will take you to Wasco. Tigers quarterback Javen Hernandez breaking free, and watch this as he bounces off a final defender here and outraces everyone to the end zone for a 75-yard touchdown run. Javen Hernandez of Wasco with our Stockdale Podiatry Group exciting play of the week.
Time now for our Hits of the Week, brought to you by Raymond's Trophies and Awards. An award is much more than an award. It's a memory. Let the hits begin. Liberty is Centennial. It's the guy with the ball, actually. Number 11, Dennis Perry. Helping a guy defender out of bounds right there. Look at Dennis Perry delivering the pain for Liberty High School. Next up, East at North. Number 4 in white, Jacob Borboa is going to help out again on the sideline with that stick right there. One guy holds him up. The next guy hits him. Jacob Borboa of East High. Same game, East at North. The pass over the middle, and that's Braden Perez coming in with the hit from behind. Braden Perez of North High School. This week's winner, Golden Valley at Arvin, and Ethan Allen comes on the scene right there and makes the stick. Ethan Allen of Golden Valley is our Raymond's Trophies and Award Hitman of the Week. It is now time for our Scholar of the Week. That's brought to you by Accelerated Urgent Care. Feel better, faster from anywhere. This week's Scholar of the Week comes from Wasco, number 22, Gilberto Pineda Mendez. The Wasco kicker has a GPA of 4.2. Wants to major in criminal justice. Looking at schools like Cal State Sacramento and UC Irvine. He also plays soccer for the Tigers. Favorite food is tacos. Favorite TV show, Fire Country. Or maybe it's County. But either one, I hadn't heard of it before. He had to tell me about it. His favorite music is Spanish music. And one thing most people don't know about Gilberto Pineda Mendez, this is his first year of football. And he also broke his clavicle during Thursday's game, the game you're seeing here against Taft. Gilberto Pineda Mendez of Wasco. He is our Accelerated Urgent Care Scholar of the Week. Predictions coming up next. We'll see you in a moment. Welcome back to Hometown Sports. Before we jump into predictions, let's take a look at the current league standings of our 5 major leagues with 2 weeks remaining. River League, look at Frontier at top, 3-0, followed by Garces, Liberty, Centennial, and Stockdale. Moving on to the Valley League. Looks like BCHS is in control to win a 9th straight league title, although Independence might have something to say about that. And you see BHS, Ridgeview, Highland. On to the Mountain League and North with the inside track right now. They play South, and then they will take on West. Tehachapi is a 3-time champion, is second. On to the Horizon League. It is absolutely wide open, but Foothill has the inside track, and they still have to play Golden Valley in 2 weeks. And then to the South Sequoia League, it's going to be a fun one. In 2 weeks, Shafter and Wasco going at each other. That is going to be absolutely fun to watch. All right, now predictions brought to you by, once again, the two of us. Here we go. Let's show you game number 1 as we step things up, and we're starting off with Shafter Chavez. I like Shafter in this one. You don't want to have a trap game before you play Wasco.
No, absolutely.
And that's a Thursday game, by the way, the only Thursday game this week. Taft against Kennedy. I like Kennedy to win this one as well. They've had 2 really tough games, 2 tough losses.
Yes.
I think they might take it out on the Wildcats.
I think so.
All right, Wasco, again, just like Shafter, they're trying to avoid a trap game.
Yep, yeah, I think that Wasco's got this one, though, against Delano.
All right, on the road, though. All right, now, Garces and Liberty. You are going with Garces in this one. I'm going with Liberty. I just think it's the experience factor. I think they've had some guys that have played it, although Garces really like them. They had that 10-0 lead on Frontier. Centennial and Stockdale. I think it's time for Centennial to get back in the win column, yeah?
Yep, I agree with you.
All
We're
right.
agreeing on a lot today.
All right, elsewhere, as we bounce over to the River League, the Valley League, BCHS against Independence. Independence, if they win this, would actually have at least the inside track, although they play BHS next week. So it doesn't get easy for the Falcons. And speaking of BHS, they will be on the road at Ridgeview. I think we both like the Drillers in that one. All right, moving on to the Mountain League. North against South, and North has the inside track. A rival game. You can never really wonder what's going to go in a rival game, right?
Weird things can always happen, but I think North is going to take this one.
All right, and elsewhere, West, which got knocked off by Tehachapi, trying to they played their last game against North, so they want to try to get a win over East and make that game mean something. Arvin and Foothill in the Horizon League, and Arvin can still have a piece of the title, but they got to go through the Trojans, who are 2-0 in league play. And then we have, by the way, for whatever reason, it's not up there, but Del Oro plays at Miramonte. I'm going to go with the Lions in that one. What do you like in that one?
Yeah, I would say I agree with you on that one. I think Miramonte is going to take that.
And Miramonte has a chance to win a piece of the league championship. Frontier and Highland in a non-league game. We both like the Titans. Another non-league game, Tehachapi against Golden Valley. We both like Tehachapi to win that one. McFarland will be at Fowler, a good Fowler team. Maybe McFarland can overcome that tough loss last week as they get ready for the postseason. Kern Valley against Cal City, 2 teams that are 3-5 going at each other. And I think it's high time the Renegades to get back into the win column.
This is the week. I've said BC every week, and this is the week that they're going to do it.
Well, if they beat East LA, then they will have Orange Coast team that they should definitely handle. And their last game to be bowl eligible would be at Canyons. So they got to win their last 3, and it all starts at home. Get out to Memorial Stadium as the Renegades will take on East LA. All right, a quick reminder once again, we only have one Thursday game. It is Shafter at Chavez. The week after that, we have 4 of them as we get in close to the. Isn't it crazy? We have Shafter Wasco on Halloween.
That is
They're
a
gonna play each
crazy
other
matchup.
in a week.
Yeah.
So in 2 weeks on Halloween night, it's Wasco at Shafter. For Emily, I'm Greg. We'll be back next Sunday at 6 o'clock on Hometown Sports. Have a great night.
Hometown Sports was sponsored by Mercedes-Benz of Bakersfield, Alpha Technology and Alarm Systems, Little Caesars, Valley Strong Credit Union, and 5-0 Driving School.